the four of you are going for the first time in the house, yeah? How did you hear about the events?
On the Eventbrite.
Eventbrite? Okay, great.
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite as well?
Facebook.
Facebook? Good.
Okay, start with the diffuser.
Yes. So welcome at the Ascension platforms. It was meant to be a full room. We had more than 50 registration here and online, so that's why we're also waiting for being streamed online. The event will be streamed on Facebook, YouTube, and our private platform, which is Crowdcast. So anyone who is online now who would like to shift to Crowdcast to ask your personal questions there, or if you would like to be more present on Facebook and share the event, please do so. So our intention to bring the essential oil in the house is for 3 reasons. The first one is we work with essential oil the same way we work with crystals. We are programming the oil with a specific energy that will empower and amplify whatever you use the essential oil for. But if you don't know how to use the essential oil for, then it's a bit tricky. So that's why Melanie is here with us today. She's an ambassador of the Young Living brand, which is an organic, and she will explain all about it, which is an organic essential oil brand. So she's going to explain, the second intention was to explain how to use those essential oils and how to become more aware in your well-being and to have a well-being consciousness in looking at all the aspects of your life, on your health, on your house, chemical-free, toxic-free, how to use them for shifting mood, shifting energies, for your food, for your cleaning products. So to have a range of information so you know how to use them. And if you wish to engage further with it, then there will be a possibility to be part of the family, to be part of a support group, to be part of further guidance as well, and to have this team that will support you in your endeavors, whatever you're doing. So thank you, Melanie, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. And I'm excited to be sharing more about my lifestyle and essential oils with you guys and you guys online.
Yes, wonderful. So off you go. This is your
Space now.
time
this
of
is
glory.
Stage for you.
Yes.
Okay, so this is just an introduction to chemical-free living. But before I tell you more about myself, I would like to ask all of you a question. Well, some questions. How many of you would like to drink water coming from this pipe right there? How many of you would like to put your face in this exhaust pipe right there? And how many of you would like to live in a town or a city filled with these factories here? I was hoping none of you, but this is exactly what you're doing every single day when you use these products. So these products have toxic chemicals that affect your health negatively, yeah? And the problem is that it's insidious, meaning you don't even know that it's happening to you, yeah? It's kind of like that frog in boiling water metaphor. Have any of you heard of that? So basically they say that when you put a frog in boiling water, it will immediately jump out because it can feel the danger of the boiling water, that it's going to die. But when you put a frog in cool water and you boil the water very, very slowly, before it realizes the danger, it's too late. And this is what happens when you use these toxic chemicals. So I want you to imagine that you can eliminate a lot of these toxic chemicals from your life. You don't have to imagine because you can. By replacing the toxic chemicals with powerful natural ingredients known as essential oils. And how do I know? Well, this is basically my story. So about 4 years ago, I started to get a lot of allergies. Does anyone suffer from allergies here? So it basically started off with big rashes on my neck, and I made the link that it was basically perfume. And I stopped using perfume and I replaced it with essential oils. And what happened is the rashes completely disappeared. And the same thing happened with, I used to suffer from like a blocked nose, but it wasn't a cold, it was just constantly blocked and I could never get rid of this thing. And I realized I linked it to incense. So I was burning 2-3 sticks of incense a day, thinking that I'm clearing the energies of my house, when in actual fact I was intoxicating myself. So I detoxed from incense for about a month, and after about a month I lit one incense, and within seconds my nose completely clogged up. So this is how it started with me, and that's how I started to then look into what is inside these products. Obviously I don't use incense anymore, I diffuse essential oils, unless of course it's something natural like Palo Santo. I don't know if you guys have heard of Palo Santo or sage, that seems to be okay. But this is how it started off for me about 4 years ago. However, interestingly enough, I actually studied aromatherapy in college, and then I went on to university to study advanced aromatherapy. And I started my career as an aromatherapist, making blends for people with serious conditions, even things like, arthritis, IBS, headaches, alopecia, everything. But when I came back to Dubai, I just found that people didn't really see the value of essential oils. They just thought it was like a massage. And what I know now that I didn't know then is it's really about education and educating people and raising awareness, which is how I'm approaching it now. I'm educating people on the therapeutic benefits of essential oils. So this was my experience, and I didn't go completely, chemical free all at once. Every month I tried to eliminate one thing so that I didn't get overwhelmed. So it started off with perfume, and then I went on to cleaning products, and then I moved on to makeup even, and skincare. And ever since then, basically for the first 2-3 years, I just did it for me. And people then just started to ask me to run these workshops or to share more about living a chemical-free lifestyle. So this isn't exactly what I chose to do. It just it happened naturally, and I'm just going with the flow, and I love doing this. Also because this is what I value. I live this, and I love, the products that I make. I love the fact that they're clean and that I know what I'm putting inside my body, and it feels good to me. So then I continue doing this. So, I want to show you a little bit about some of these products. So how many of you use one or any of these products? I'm sure that you pretty much use all of them, right?
Yeah.
So these are the products that are poisoning you. Unless you use obviously clean products, most people just buy products from the supermarket and they don't even look at what's inside the ingredients. And the problem is, even if you look at the ingredients, most of the time you don't even know what some of these ingredients are. And a lot of it is also in cleaning products. It's in the laundry soap, it's in the dishwashing, that you use, and floor cleaners. And really, you don't have to be a chemist to understand or know, but these toxic chemicals are everywhere. It's in hair products, like I said, it's in makeup, it's even in food products. It's also in baby products. Did any of you hear about the Johnson & Johnson lawsuit? So basically there's a chemical called asbestos that they actually put in talc, which people use on babies, and that is known to be carcinogenic. So there was a big lawsuit because one of the babies actually got cancer from using it. So so what did these toxic chemicals lead to? Allergies, infertility, early puberty, reproductive issues. There's so many negative effects that it has on your health. Now the problem is, like I said in the beginning, it's insidious. So when you use some of these products once, you don't feel the negative effect immediately. Often it's 10 years of using lots of products with lots of different chemicals, or 20 years, that's when you start to get sick, basically. And the problem is, some of these toxic chemicals your body cannot break down. So there will come a point where your body is not able to cope, and then you start to get reactions, allergies, and all sorts of symptoms. So my question to you is, how much are you spending to unknowingly poison yourself every month? 1,000, 2,000, it all adds up. You and your family deserve better, yeah? And better begins with stopping the poison, going natural, and doing it yourself. And it's actually really easy. All you need are two things: basic, normal household ingredients, things like coconut oil, baking soda, vinegar, castile soap, sugar. Obviously it depends on the product that you're making, but just basic ingredients, natural ingredients, and essential oils. So essential oils is the immune system of the plant. It is the blood of the plant. Without the essential oil, there will be no plant. Yeah, it contains everything that the plant needs to survive. And what they found is that essential oils work in harmony with your body. The molecules are so tiny that it can penetrate your cell membrane within 3 seconds. So your body embraces essential oils. It recognizes essential oils as part of itself. Whereas with the toxic chemicals, it's immediately trying to fight it and push it out of your body. With the essential oils, it's embracing it. And so it's really gentle on the body. And it's actually the original form of medicine. Yeah, dating back over 4,500 BC. There are over 200 references in the Bible of essential oils, in particular frankincense and myrrh, which was given as a gift to baby Jesus. In ancient Egypt, they used essential oils for pretty much everything, including they used to wrap the mummies in frankincense. And what you'll see is that in a lot of, I don't know if any of you, especially the women, I know the men won't do this, but anti-aging wrinkle creams, you'll see that it will always have something called boswellia, which is basically frankincense. It's the Latin name for frankincense. So it's known to be really good for the skin, for wrinkles. And actually frankincense was one of the most prominent trades here before oil was discovered. One of the biggest farms of frankincense is right here in Oman. And in terms of beauty, Cleopatra was really the pioneer that took essential oils into beauty. She used it for perfume, for moisturizing her body, for all skincare. And other than that, essential oils also impact how you perceive, and it can actually change the way that you perceive situations. There's a doctor named Dr. Benjamin Purkis. He actually developed a technique called the aroma freedom technique. And he's a psychologist, and he treats war veterans. He was treating war veterans from trauma and PTSD, and he found that some of them were not able to really process emotions very well. And so he started using essential oils in his session, and basically he discovered and he found that when you inhale essential oils, it is directly linked to the limbic system in the brain. And that is basically the part of the brain that processes experiences. It can help you to process emotions and to shift your perception of an experience. So he found that by combining essential oils with some of his techniques, the people that were struggling to process trauma actually were able to. And they're now actually using this in a lot of high-end brands. I don't know if you've walked into a high-end brand, they always use nice scents and smells. So basically that is to elevate your mood so that you have a positive experience, so that you come back and you maybe buy more. And they use it a lot also in hotels. You can actually Google this, it's called scent marketing. So they're finding that by using scent, it can actually create, a positive experience, a positive memory for people, so they come back and that they enjoy, coming to your store or the hotel or wherever it is. Hi, welcome. Another great reason to use essential oils is obviously what Mathilde was saying in the beginning, is that it raises your vibration. So the human body normally vibrates around 62 to 68 hertz. When you get sick, your vibration lowers, yeah? And essential oils vibrate 90 plus. So when you use essential oils, it can actually lift your vibration as well. So basically there are 3 ways in which you can use essential oils. One of them is topically, so you apply it directly on your skin. You can also apply it on chakra points, if any of you are familiar with chakra points or the meridian points. There's actually a really nice book called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. If you guys, because I know Mathilde said most people that will come will be energy healers and they're interested in more the spiritual part of it. This book in particular talks about essential oils and using it with emotional release. But also you can use it topically, like I said. If you have digestive issues, you can apply it directly on your stomach, or for headaches, peppermint is amazing for headaches. You can just apply a little bit on the temples, or if you have a rash or anything like that. The second way is through inhalation. So you can apply it like a drop or 2 on the palm of your hand and do some deep inhalations like that. Or you can use a diffuser, like the one that's here. And third is you can take it internally. And now I can only say that for Young Living in particular. And if you look at, they have a whole range called the Vitality range. Oops, let me see where I can show you. So basically the Vitality range is white and it says Vitality on it. These in particular are the ones that you can take internally. So I put some of them in my juice in the morning. You can cook with some of these. But please don't just use any cheap essential oil, because you need to understand that the essential oil industry is not regulated. So you only actually need 5% essential oil to call it organic. Yeah, and the rest they fill it with synthetic. They just basically make it in a lab. So when I say you can take it internally, I'm only speaking about this particular brand. And I'll talk about it in a little bit. So this is just some of the things that I'm going to demo for you. A natural whitening toothpaste, a multi-purpose cleaner, bathroom cream cleaner, and an aura clearing spray. Obviously there are so many other things that we can make. I just chose the quickest one that I can make. Sometimes you need an oven, depends on the products. Sometimes you need to do things that require overnight soaking and things. So I just chose some of the quick and easy ones to show you how easy it is basically to start making your own products at home. And this is the brand that I personally recommend, and I've been using this for, I think this is my 5th year now, and they are the world leaders. They have therapeutic grade essential oils which have been approved by the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration in the US. They have the largest range of essential oils that I've seen. They don't use any pest controls or anything like that. One of the things that I do like is they do a lot of charity work. They support farmers all over the world. They are farmers themselves as well. And not only do I love this brand, I actually really love their promise, which is the seed to seal promise. So basically they're involved from picking the seeds to putting it in the bottle and giving it to you. So they get experts to come in to pick the seeds. And why is this important? Because imagine if you have a bad seed, and some of the plants can take maybe 2 years to grow. So if you grow it for 2 years, you're going to get a bad oil, right? The only time that they actually have third parties come in is when they do the testing. Yeah, so they cultivate the plant wherever it grows and thrives naturally. But before they send it out to you, they do third-party testing, and they test every single batch. They don't just test 1 and 3 or 1 and 10. Every single batch gets tested and then gets sent to you. And this is important because this to me is why it works, because they maintain a very high standard of quality in terms of the essential oils that they provide. So how can you start to live a more natural lifestyle from, they have oils that you can use for headaches, for muscle aches and pains. You can make your own cleaning products, like I said, your own face creams, your own toothpaste. When you get sick, obviously I need to say that if it's an emergency, you need to go to an emergency. I'm talking about little like mishaps that, you know, essential oils are very powerful for. Basically what I recommend if you wanted to get started with this is the starter kit. So basically you get 12 essential oils and a few little samples of things to try, and at least this way you have a good range of essential oils to play around with and to make some of these products. And everything that I'm going to make today is what you will get in the kit. So I'm just going to go through the oils that are in the kit very quickly. So you get lavender, which is basically the mother or grandmother of all oils. They call it the Swiss Army knife of all oils. If in doubt, use lavender. So it's really good for insomnia, for any sort of skin issues, for relaxation, for trauma release, for PMS. Peppermint, which is amazing for any sort of pain, in particular headaches. I've used it, and within 10 minutes, headache's gone. Digestion, it's known to be really good for allergies. I had someone in, I think it was last year, last March, her husband suffered from severe allergies and nothing worked. And basically she started to diffuse peppermint in the bedroom. Allergy disappeared. He used to wake up with running nose and just sort of like that hay fever allergy symptoms. And since they started using the essential oils, it just completely disappeared. Fevers, this is really good, especially for babies and children. Obviously for babies and children you have to dilute the oils, even though they are safe. You have to know how to use it safely as well. Lemon is great for degreasing, for anything, any cleaning products that you use. You can use lemon for detoxing, for acid reflux. If anyone suffers from acid reflux, 1 drop in a glass of water and it will sort that out. I've done that before when I suffered from that. Raven, which is a blend of essential oils specifically for anything to do with lungs, with respiratory, colds and flu, and also it's great to just clean the air. Frankincense, as I mentioned, really good for skin, for wrinkles in particular. Actually, I'm just going to pass around some of the products that I make. So this is my night serum. You can have a smell. This is frankincense and orange. You can pass it around while I speak too about the others. So frankincense is also known to open your crown chakra, so it's really good for meditation, for those of you who are meditators here, for depression as well. And then you have thieves. So there's a story behind thieves. Thieves is a blend, so basically it has rosemary, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, I think that's it, and or maybe there's another oil. Rosemary, clove, eucalyptus, cinnamon. Yeah. So basically this blend is specific for immunity, and there's a story behind how they created this blend in particular. So back in the day when there was the plague going on, there was a town that was contaminated with the plague, and basically they had shut down they quarantined that town, and there were 3 people that were thieves. And what they did in order to keep themselves safe was to embalm themselves in different herbs and plants and oils. And because they had to live off the dead, they had to steal from the dead basically. And once they opened the town, they were the only 3 that survived. And so the authorities asked them, how did you manage to survive, this plague? You need to tell us your secret. And basically they said we embalmed ourselves with herbs and with, oils, and the herbs that they embalmed themselves in, this was the blend of thieves basically. So there's a nice story behind it. So it's really good for cleaning. Actually, Young Living have a whole range of thieves. So you can get cleaning products made from essential oils. I actually normally use this now, but I'm going to demo how to use the thieves essential oil. They also have, dishwashing. They have a whole range of cleaning products from just this one essential oil blend. Citrus Fresh, so this is very uplifting. It's a blend of different types of citrus oils. It's good for, again, it's good for weight loss, for detoxing. It's an uplifter because citrus oils in general are uplifting. You can pass this around actually. It's really nice, the smell. It's great for anxiety, also for if any of you are artists or work with your creativity, it's good to get some inspiration to inspire you in that way. And then you have Panaway. So Panaway is kind of like the tiger balm of essential oil, so it's really good for muscle aches and pains. If any of you work out or do any sort of heavy workout, you're gonna love this oil. It's really good for arthritis, for circulation in general. And when you smell it, you'll smell the it's kind of like tiger balm. It has wintergreen and it has helichrysum. Yeah, it smells delicious. And in the kit you also have a blend called Valor. Valor is really good for confidence. It's good to balance your energies. There is a point here in your wrist, I don't know if you guys know, where all your meridians cross. So with Valor, you can just put one drop on your wrist and close your wrist together and just hold the intention of balance. And I personally, I'm super sensitive to energies. I don't know if you guys are, but you will feel your energy. I can always feel my energy shift and balance, basically. It's also really good for courage. So if you're doing any, I actually did this before I came. I put it here. So if you're doing any sort of presentations, if you maybe even if you want to speak to someone and you're a little bit nervous, Valor is good to give you that courage to, keep you grounded and boost your self-esteem a little bit. Stress Away, which is another beautiful blend. And it does exactly what the blend says. So it's good for anxiety. It's good to, and does anyone have kids? No, so to calm the kids down, you can diffuse it. I use it actually for my dogs. When they were hyperactive, actually I used lavender. They were hyperactive once, and so I diluted it and I put a little bit of coconut oil and I just rubbed it a little bit under their armpits, and they were super calm the whole afternoon. And my boyfriend at the time came in and he's like, "What happened to the dogs?" And I had forgotten. I said, "Oh, actually I used, I put some lavender on it," because normally around 5 o'clock they used to go mental, but they calmed down with the oils. So it's really good for hypertension. If you're going on a long journey, if you have kids or animals, it's good to keep them calm. Peace and Calming now they've introduced as well, which is again another beautiful, delicious blend for relaxation. It's an uplifting blend. See if I have it here. I don't think I do. Oh yeah, I do. So you can pass this around. Good for restless leg syndrome. That to me is just the most delicious blend. And also they have Digest. So Digest is a blend of essential oils specifically for the digestion. So if you have any sort of heartburn, I actually take this. I have a lot of food intolerances, and obviously when I'm at home, I can control what I put in my body, but when you're out, sometimes they use certain oils that doesn't, this is just me personally, so it doesn't, go well with me. I normally take just 2 drops under my tongue before I go out, because also I don't want to be the one, don't do this, can you remove that? So this just helps, me when I'm out and eating in places that don't actually have super clean, ingredients. I don't know if any of you struggle with that, but I certainly do here. So any sort of gas and bloating and things like that. Digaz is the one. So basically the entire kit, that's the oils that you get in the entire kit. You also get some little samples which you will see there. And this is what I recommend. It's $165 and I think it's a pretty good price, you know, and I just want to put something into perspective. I'm going to make a multi-purpose cleaner. We're going to start with, this is the natural toothpaste, but we're going to start with a multi-purpose cleaner. But I just wanted to put something into perspective. So when you buy a multi-purpose cleaner in the supermarket, like on average it's, if you go for the real cheap ones is what, 14 dirhams, 15 dirhams, but the more expensive ones will be probably around 28 dirhams. How much do you think it will cost me to make a multi-purpose cleaner using these oils? Any guesses?
5.
Who guesses? No other guesses?
Between 2 and 5 depending on the oil.
Yeah, 5 dirhams. And in one of these bottles, like in the 15 ml bottles, you can get between 250 to 300 drops of essential oils. So I could potentially make 25 multi-purpose cleaner with this one bottle. So it's a little bottle, but it goes a long way. Yeah, so having said that, let me start. So I'm gonna make first the multi-purpose cleaner. If you guys wanna come closer, you can. So I just filled this, well, George did, I didn't. Fill this with water earlier, so that will be easier. So this is just filtered water. So I wouldn't have to, move a lot. So for the multi-purpose cleaner, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of vinegar. This is white vinegar. I just put it in this little bottle because it's easier to carry, everything. Okay, so we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. And actually vinegar is what they used back in the day to clean everything, if you didn't know already.
Acidic is the best for killing bacteria.
Yeah. So we're just gonna put 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And then I'm gonna use something called Castile soap. Has any of you heard of this?
Yep.
So this is just basically made from olives. Yeah. So again, I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons.
But in Dubai, in any shops, you cannot find Castile. Have you found anywhere in Dubai?
An organic shop.
They do have Castile
Yeah.
oil.
I got this from the organic.
Ah, okay.
Also you can order, I order a lot of stuff online, like a lot of the ingredients you can't get here. So 2 tablespoons of Castile soap, and then you can add the essential oil of your choice. Now I'm gonna add thieves, which is the one I talked about. Yeah, so we're gonna put 10 drops of thieves. And then I'm gonna add lemon, because lemon is really good again for cleaning, for degreasing. It's really good to put on the chopping board to
Can you
clean.
show the products a bit closer to the camera?
Yeah, sure. Once I've made it, or
That's what we're doing to
There's a
that camera.
question. There's a question. You put water and 1 drop to make the 25 multi-purpose cleaners.
I put 10 drops.
10 drops.
10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of thieves. I mean, you could just use thieves if you wanted, or you could just use lemon as well. And that's it. How easy is that? And then you just shake it before you use, and there you have it. This is the multi-purpose cleaner.
Yes, something
And when you spray it, and it just smells delicious to me. It smells clean, I'll just show you. I've also made here a glass cleaner. This is almost the same. It just doesn't have Castile soap. It has vinegar and lemon. Yeah, this is a really nice glass cleaner.
And water as well? Or
And
no?
water.
Okay.
Yeah,
And how long can these stand, like when you prepare?
they last a little while. Yeah, like the multi-purpose cleaner will I mean about a month, I would say. It lasts a while. It depends on how much, how big your house is, how much you use it. I would also suggest you buy glass. For the purpose of the workshops that I do, I normally buy these. These are from Daiso. They're actually recyclable plastic. I did check in with that as well. But I would always recommend you use glass because then it would keep better.
And where do you buy those glass
I
here?
ordered online, yeah.
Because
You
here-
can't get it here. I looked everywhere. You can get some things here online, like this. This I got from Daiso, it's glass. So this I'm gonna make the Jif or Sif, yeah. This is a toilet cleaner. So for this I'm gonna use baking soda.
Alternatively, they can buy this degradable plastic
Yeah,
from Daiso, right?
yeah,
Which is cheap enough.
yeah. It's I think $7.50.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I ordered all of this from Amazon.
I'm fine with the plastic if it's just environment friendly. It's fine.
Yeah, I did check with them, and the manager did say it was recyclable. So, so this is for Jif or Sif. I'm gonna use baking soda. I've done this so much, I'm just using my eye, but I can give you specific,
Spoon, yeah.
yeah.
How many spoon in a sense?
It's 1-to-1
Okay.
normally for this, but I'm just gonna do it. Actually,
I have a spoon here next to
I
you.
need to break this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. So this is just baking soda, and I got this from the organic shop. I've just put it in this so it's easier to carry, and so it doesn't because it comes in a plastic in a container like this. I think you can see it down
Many-
here.
many- yeah.
Yeah, but this is easier to carry. And then I'm gonna use Castile soap, but I'm gonna use this big one, so I can just pour it in. And you pour it in. It's normally 1-to-1, the ratio. And you mix it until you get that creamy consistency. So I'm just gonna mix it and see if the consistency is okay. So now I need more Castile soap. I don't know if you can see, it's becoming that creamy consistency that you get in the Sif or Jif in the bottle. And this you can also use to clean the stove. I use it to clean stoves. It works really well. And that's it. And now you add the essential oil of your choice. So I'm gonna add citrus fresh because it's a combination of citrus fruits and it just smells really nice.
So that was soda and Castile soap,
And
yeah?
Castile soap, that's it. And then essential oil. Then you can either add lemon, because the lemon again is good for cleaning and degreasing. You can add thieves, or you can add citrus fresh, which is just a combination of citrus oils. And obviously depending on the quantity will depend on how many drops you use. So because this is only a small quantity, maximum 10 drops. Yeah, but this is actually even 10 drops maybe is a bit too much. So I'll just put 7. And then you mix it, and that's it. And this actually lasts quite a while. I don't know if any of you guys want to smell it or see it. I mean, it could do with a little more baking soda to make it a little thicker, but you can pass it around and smell it.
Very pleasant.
Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to make the natural whitening toothpaste. I actually now use one of the Young Living ones, which is really nice. But I'm going to show you how to make it yourself. So basically, again, we're gonna use baking soda. Yeah. You can also use clay. You can use, there's different types of clay that you can use to make your toothpaste as well. And then for the toothpaste, I'm gonna use coconut oil, organic coconut oil, and this I just got from the organic shop. And normally the ratio is also 1:1, so I'll put 3 coconut oil. And then I'm going to mix it. I like these little wooden sticks to mix it, so it's just easier than the spoon. And then again, you mix it until you get the consistency of like a toothpaste consistency. And then for the toothpaste, normally I use peppermint or thieves. And once you get the consistency, it's now coming along nicely. Then you add the oil and then you mix it. So I'm going to add peppermint. You can also add spearmint if those of you who prefer spearmint. I'm just going to add, I think, about 3 drops, 3 to 5 drops. And then I'm going to add thieves. This, I mean, the taste is very strong. Some people don't like it. I personally do. It has cloves, cinnamon. And I'm just going to pass it around, and you can try it if you want. Yeah, that looks nice. So I'm just going to have a little taste and see before I pass it to you guys. It's a little bit salty. I love it. I actually, before I started doing this, my nutritionist told me to have baking soda on an empty stomach every morning, because apparently it helps you to absorb different nutrients from your food. So I started doing that before, so I'm used to the taste of the baking soda. Some people don't like it, but if you don't like it, you can obviously use some different types of clay. So you can just take a little bit and taste it. I've just got some of my other products here that I've made. So this is an air freshener. This is just water and essential oil. There's a body scrub there that I made. Again, it's essential oil, sugar, and coconut oil. There is also, if any of you women, do you use dry shampoo? No? Okay, so this is a dry shampoo that I made, which is amazing as well. It's been a success. I'm going to close this. And did I pass this around, the perfume? So this is a rollerball perfume that I made. I just made it with fractionated coconut oil. I think it has geranium, lime, and I can't remember what else I put, but you can just have a smell and tell me what you think. But now what I'm going to do is make, how is it? Did you guys taste the toothpaste? How is it?
I like
Yeah?
pass to the kids' pen.
You like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Did you taste it?
I will add a bit of more peppermint or
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's delicious. The texture is very nice.
Yeah. So here I'm just going to make an ore clearing spray, and from the kit you can use frankincense, of course, and lemon. Lemon is actually great to clear your third eye. It gives you clarity to clear your psychic field. But also, obviously, there are other essential oils which you can use as well. I don't think, did I bring mine? I made another one, or maybe I left it at home. But I made it with frankincense, clary sage, palo santo, and a few other oils which ended up being amazing. But this one, I'm just going to show you how to use, obviously, the oils in the kit. So this we can put at least 5 to 10, depending on how strong you want it. This is a 100 ml bottle, yeah. And then we're going to put lemon. And then obviously before you use it, you shake it, because essential oils don't actually blend with water, yeah? And that is why if you ever use essential oils in the bath, don't just drop it in the bath, mix it with salt. So if you want to make nice bath salts, you can get a whole batch of rock salt, put your essential oil in the salt, mix it, and then you can throw it in your bath, because then it will blend well with the water instead of otherwise, if you just put the drops in the bath, they will just float on top of the water. I don't know if you've seen that. I've made that mistake before. But yeah, so this is the aura clearing spray. So you guys can have a try if you want. Oh, thank you. And you can spray it. You can also use it to clear the energies of the room if you're interested in doing that. So this is basically how you can get started. These are just some quick and easy tips. Obviously there's so much more that we can make. I just chose some of the basic, quick and easy products that you can make. But for those of you who are interested, and if you'd like to join, my Young Living family, you can sign up. I do have a Facebook group where I post all these little videos. You'll get, these little books with tips on how, to use the essential oils. And you can use it for healing, for physical ailments, for emotional, for making your own stuff. Yeah. So I hope that you guys enjoy that. And I'm now going to just ask, what questions can I answer? What would you like to know? And
We have one from the online. Aisha, she's want to confirm is 3 spoon of oil and baking soda and 3 spoon of coconut oil. And
yes.
Can you repeat that part?
Yeah,
also
yeah,
for her?
that's correct.
That's correct?
That's what I did for the toothpaste. And for those of you who sign up today, I'm going to offer you any product that you want. Any product that I made, you can take one of the products as a gift. Does anyone have any questions?
The toothpaste, how long does it stay without?
Expiration date.
So I normally make a fresh batch every week. I had someone else who joined the talk like a while back. She says she makes a batch for the month, and she said it's fine. But you have to understand that when you open it, the essential oil's oxidated, it diffuses. So maybe the rest will last, but the essential oil may diffuse. So then you can always add some more, drops of oils to keep it fresh. But I normally make a fresh batch every week. This is actually the amount I make normally. That's it. I don't make big batches, only for the cleaning products and stuff. But even for the this is actually my multi-purpose cleaner, and these are the sort of batches that I make, and it does last a little while.
That's very good.
Yeah, does anyone have any other questions on how to use the oils, on the starter kit, on the company itself?
Maybe I missed earlier because I joined in late.
Yeah.
The tea tree oil, which is primarily used for gums, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, do
You
you
can
have
get
that?
it, but I got it in my kit, but they've just recently changed the kit. It's not in the recent kit, but you can buy it from their website.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, do you keep it? Do you
I
make
have it. make no, I don't make tea
for the
tree.
gum you're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
For the gum
Tea.
specifically, are you use it for the gum?
I tend to use thieves.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
You like that one?
I love it. I use that for everything.
And actually also in the website they mentioned that thief is they consider it the most for antibiotic, antifungal, so this mainly for cleaning, right?
Yeah, that's why
For
they
care.
that's why they have a whole
They
range of
focus
it
on it.
for cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course you can add other like tea tree. Tea tree is very famous.
Yeah, yeah.
You have also cinnamon and clove. All of these are
Yes.
for the gum and the teas, but mainly strongest antibacterial, those for the care they are using the tea.
Yeah.
But you can mix, then you get all the benefit from many aspects.
Yeah.
True. And I always recommend you rotate the oils.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I'll like use this for some time, and now I just started using the Young Living toothpaste itself, which I'm loving actually, and it will be good for travel as well.
We have a
But
question
for the
also
cleaning,
about the aura spray also, if you can mention. You made it also yourself, right?
yeah, the one I made for myself at home, I used frankincense, Palo Santo, and clary sage and myrrh. This one I'm just teaching you how to use it with the starter kit, you know.
And here it's good to mention also that when we started here the Ascension platform or the intensive, and we work with energy and with unconditional love, so we made also our own version of aura cleansing.
Did you? Okay.
Yes, we made a couple of herbs,
Rose, lavender.
rose, but we didn't continue much because we were focused more on teaching basically. Now, but because of part of unconditional love project that we are doing together with the community here, so the essence of the frequency of healing of the unconditional love can be fused with the essential oil,
Absolutely.
and then the aura spray will be like very effective.
And also remember that water has memory.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And also for you guys it will be interesting, like in shamanism they believe that the essential oil is actually the spirit of the plant.
Yeah, it is.
So
That's
you
why
can
we use
actually
it.
connect with the plant,
Correct.
with the essential oil, and infuse the unconditional love vibration, or even this sounds a little bit woo woo for some people, but speak to the plant essence
Absolutely.
and work with that, with the plant essence.
Yeah. No, we,
Yes.
for the people who's joining the community and the project, we have like more than 35 right now who's dedicated practitioner for the unconditional love project, where we work with the unconditional frequency, the healing and the energy with the crystal and essential oil. And it's very good that you mentioned, so they can utilize. Now if you see that we have the crystal,
Yeah, I was
With
just
the
gonna
essential
say,
oil.
you can put crystals in here.
yes,
Yeah, of
this is
course, yeah.
this is two sides of using, and we use to add the essential oil with the crystal here because they work together very well.
Yeah,
They have this energy and the consciousness with them.
And stability.
totally. Yeah, so you can play around. There's so many different essential oils. You can make
Nice
oils
too.
to open your heart chakra. You can make oils for specific emotional conditions like fear, releasing fear, or to amplify confidence or courage. Even though they have some pre-blended ones already, but you can create your own
Yes.
for different intentions, for
Good-
manifesting.
good tip for the community.
Yes,
also.
and for us, for example, we love essential oil. We use it. I've been using it for like years, every single day with a diffuser on my skin. I do my own perfume, but I never had the guidance to actually start doing my own toothpaste and cleaning products. And when we booked the kits, you have full books with everything inside. The page is really informing about any use you can have, and very quick potion for your bath, for your skin, for travel, for fever, for headaches. You have those little pictures with how to do your own blend. And Mel has a Facebook page where she keeps on feeding every 2 days with posts, how to do this, how to do that, articles.
Yeah,
So
everything
have
that you saw here is actually
full
on the
matter-
group.
exactly.
Yeah, all
so
the
you have
videos
full
and stuff.
material that really help you to engage and be be with the essential oils and utilize it every day for whatever you need. Whether you are more focused on healing, for tapping, healing, for any physical ailment, whether it's more for cleaning products, wherever your focus is, there will be like all the elements and tips and tools to really help you to have the support for it. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I think
I was
also
very surprised and was very happy. Yeah.
good and happy. Also, like I can talk about it forever, but it's really when you have your own experiences that you can really feel the power of essential oils, and that happened once I started to sort of detox. I remember I had like a lymph node behind my ear that started to grow and get I guess it was inflamed or infected, and I didn't go to the doctor. I waited until it got really bad and I was in so much pain I couldn't even open my mouth. I went to the doctor. This was like 4 or 5 years ago now. Immediately within 5 minutes I got, antibiotics, and I went home and I thought I can't take antibiotics again, and I had just got my kit but I didn't know really what to do with it. I used an oil called Immunopower, which is incredible, and I put 2 drops behind my ear 3 times a day, so I used 6 drops. That's it. The next day it was gone. It was gone and it never came back, and that was when I was like, wow, this is incredible, and otherwise I would have had to take antibiotics for 10 days. And the same thing happened with my ovaries. Did anyone have polycystic ovary syndrome? Anyway, it's very painful. I was in so much pain, and this is really bad. I used to self-medicate, please don't judge me, but I took a lot of Brufen and Postpan Forte, and basically what they're finding is that with antibiotics, your body builds an immunity to it, so then what happens the next time you take it, you have to take more of it, and then you have to take more of it. So I was doing this every month. So it got to a point where the medication stopped working for me. So in this day, I took about 6 Brufens. I took, I don't know how many, I was in so much pain, I didn't care about the consequence. I just wanted to get rid of this pain. Nothing worked. I couldn't sleep. I was in agony in bed all day. And at 4 a.m., I remembered the oils. This was also about 4 years ago. So out of desperation, I used lavender and ylang ylang, and I applied it on my actual ovary. And within 20 minutes, it was gone. And I could not believe it, because I took all the medications and nothing worked. So this is also another benefit of essential oils. What they're finding is that your body doesn't build an immunity to essential oils like they do to antibiotics and things. So the next month, like if I ever did get pain, you only need 1 or 2 drops. You're not going to need the whole bottle eventually. Your body doesn't build an immunity to it. But having said that, I since discovered this incredible oil called Progestins Plus, and I take it as a supplement every day, just topically, 4 drops on each arm, and ever since then my ovaries are just amazing. I have no pain, no bloating, nothing, no symptoms of PMS or polycystic ovary, anything like that. But this is just my experience. But yeah, this oil changed my life. No more medication and all of that.
We have a question about deodorants. Do you have something for a deodorant?
You can make deodorant sprays with just water and purification, or you can make the balms. Young Living actually have their own natural deodorant. I actually just sometimes, most of the times, I just use directly like purification, 1 drop, and that's it. But you can actually make deodorant with coconut oil and either arrowroot or baking soda and add oils. Yeah, you can do that. I normally just use a direct, neat, they call it,
Okay.
purification in general.
And moisturizing cream for the face, you know how to do?
So this is the serum that I use. Yeah, so this has jojoba oil, frankincense, and orange.
Okay. And
But
how
this is
do you-
specifically for my skin, because I have oily skin. But there are different, obviously if you have dry skin you would use something else. But frankincense and lavender in general are great for the skin. Or you can even use shea butter, but oils in general I find that are good for the skin, like the jojoba oil in particular. Or you can use something like fractionated coconut oil. But there are different oils that you can use. Did you have a smell of this?
No. But do you use coconut oil
You
to
can.
make the cream? How do
Yes, you
yeah.
can. This you can just use the coconut oil and the essential oil.
you okay.
Yeah.
What about pregnant women?
Yeah, so you have to be obviously cautious with certain oils. There's no sort of evidence that, you know, it can create or cause any problems. However, I would prefer it if you were more cautious and avoid it. You know, if you have any sort of fears around that, or if you're not sure. But there are some oils that are generally safe. Lavender is a safe oil. I have a lot of these guidelines on my group. I just post a lot about it. And I have like the recipes and the dilution ratio.
Okay.
But in general, they are safe. There are a few oils that, like, I don't know any at the top of my head, but there are a few oils that they say that you should avoid, but there's no actually real fact or evidence to say that they cause or create anything, you know, any damage for like the baby or anything like that. But I would obviously prefer it if you were more on the cautious side.
And I want to ask about the company. How do you look at sustainability? What do you do with
So
plants?
actually, yeah, so one of their plans that they've just starting to implement is they have it's called 5x5. So in the next 5 years, they are going to change all of their containers. So they're removing completely plastic. They're going plastic free, which I thought was great. And they also support a lot of charities and farmers and communities around the world. If you look on their website, they have projects everywhere, all over the world, whether they're building schools, whether they're building, you know, whether it's roads or helping mainly children and you know, poor countries. So they do have a lot of these projects. And this is another one, the 5x5, the plastic free, which I thought was, obviously that's good. The only other thing is people always ask about what to do with empty essential oil bottles. I always say to keep them, so then you can also make your own blends. You can make your own little roller balls. You can gift it to people. I even saw someone put little, like, those tiny little flowers and make little decorations from it, so you can, you know, reuse the bottles at least. And for these and for the other sort of containers, you would just recycle them. Yeah.
But for the plants that they take for essential oils, with the soil, with the plants, do they have any projects? Are they doing something
Not that I know.
in this direction?
Not that I know specifically about that, no. But I do know that they do work in harmony with nature. So if an oil is out of stock, it's out of stock. I remember Valor was out of stock for 2 years. They don't force it, or they grow in accordance to the moon cycles, and they do a lot of things like that. But I need to look into that. And is there something specific that you're?
No.
Is it more for the ground?
Yeah, for me it's interesting what they're like plants, or I mean, how do you look at sustainably have this, because as you said, for the rose they need how many?
Like a 10,000
Exactly.
roses.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking how it's sustainable, like in the long run, towards nature, towards environment, soil, and because there's such a and the company is very big, so there's lots of essential oils going globally.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking how they're looking at this, how it's sustainable towards the nature, earth,
Okay.
plants, and
So what I can do is I can look into it. I have to look on the website first.
I've done some small research that they generally own most of the farm.
Yeah.
So, and they pay for the farmer, or they sometimes collaborate with the farmer as exclusive to them. So generally the farmer, they know they've been growing those flower for a long time. It's not the first time they do it. There is, I think, a cycle of, if you change the thing that you're growing and you infuse it, then you certain of ingredient now is being used, and then after one cycle of 1 year or 2 years, another ingredient will be utilized when other ingredients start growing again. I think there is a cycle of things because they own the farm and they work with the farmer, and they've been there in the field how many years?
It's over 25 years now.
So I hope that they know what they are doing, you know.
No, totally,
Yeah.
but just with increase of popularity of essential oils
Yeah.
generally. So I'm just thinking, since it's, as you say, spirit of the plant,
Yeah.
and basically it's just literally the most potent liquid of the. It's not the plant like you have herbal
Yeah.
and herbalists. Let's say they use the whole plant, the leaves and everything.
Correct.
Essential oils, they are taking the essence.
Yeah.
So, and if I think about this rose, which you said is such an amount, and since this is becoming more and more popular for the good reason, because it's very therapeutical and
Yeah,
everything.
correct.
I'm interested how the companies, like, if they do have any general like plan how they are.
I'll look
how
into
they're
it
going
and I
to
can let you know,
sustain
and
that.
I'll
Yeah, yeah.
contact Matilda and let you know.
Yeah, thank you.
We have a question about to repeat the name of the blend you use as a supplement for the PMS ovaries.
Oh, Progessence Plus. I don't know if I'll
So it's the other camera for the
this
question.
one. But it's a bit far away.
I will tell you.
Progessence Plus.
So it's an oil or it's
It's an oil. It's made from yam, and I think it's a blend.
I will send it.
Splendid, yeah.
It's incredible.
Progestin, does it have to do something from with progesterone, like
Yeah.
hormone, or
But it's all plant based. There's no.
can I see?
Oh,
It's very
yes.
nice.
So if you want to buy this, no, I'm not talking about the starter kit, like separately if you want to buy it. So you go on the website, or is it like be able to buy it from you? Like how does it go?
So basically, it is an MLM. So it's multi-level marketing. You can go on the website and you have to register regardless because there's no shop. So you can, if you register without a number, they just put you under somebody random. Or I have a number, Matilda and George have a number. You can sign up under us, and you can buy single oils if you want. But you
is
register
it like if they send it from
from the US.
but does it get stopped at the custom or something like
No.
that?
No, we received
been-
it, all of us.
Okay.
for 4 or
Because
5 years now.
this was one of the concern when I was checking this out like a year back or so, because not essential oil, another thing I ordered and I didn't receive it and it got stuck at the customs, so I had to actually like ask my friend to get it in London, and from there I
Right.
got it like when I traveled over there. So
I
that
mean-
was one thing I just want to clarify, that does it get stopped at
No,
custom or
I've
something?
been 4 or 5 years. They've just launched CBD oil, which I don't think will be allowed here. But I would have loved to get that. I don't think that will get through. So maybe there are some oils that you won't be able to get. But generally speaking, lavender, frankincense, lemon, these are just their basic normal oils.
Not a problem.
If
Yeah,
you-
it's not an issue.
If you buy for more than 1,000 dirhams, you
Yeah.
have
Customs.
customs to pay,
So you
which
keep,
is
keep
5%
your
of the
purchase
amount.
below 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is
Or you do several
Yeah.
time 1,000.
Yeah.
it will not reach that. You need to buy it bulk to reach 1,000. So don't worry about it. But just don't like buy big quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you buy lots of big then that may get stopped or you'll get questioned.
So if we were to buy just like 1 or 2 bottles, then I will have to get registered
Yeah.
with you.
So you register under retail.
Okay.
The reason why I also I do this as a lifestyle, so it
Mhm.
made sense for me to start with the kit. And with starting with the kit, you start as a member, so I get 24% off all the products. If you just want to,
Reward and
yeah, you
points.
get so my shipping is only $11 every month. I get there's a lot of benefits to it. You get discounted shipping, you get points. So actually last month I bought some of these products. I purchased about $200 worth of products just on my points, and I just paid for the shipping. So because I'm doing this as a lifestyle, it made sense for me to start as a member. But if you want, you can register on retail, but you pay more. You pay 24% more, but you can just order 1 or 2 oil.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
this is a kit that
Yeah.
we started using, and this is our kit we receive. You get also some nutritious infused with oil, with essential oil, very tasty. I've tried it today actually. And these 2 things I still don't know what is it to be honest.
One of them I think is
for cleaning.
hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
and the other one is like to clean fruits and vegetables.
To clean vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables. The Thieves blend actually. To clean fruits and vegetables, yeah.
We used a long time ago to make some perfume which increase your success in money or increase love as well.
Nice.
So it's based on oil with some drop of
Nice.
magic combination, and it's a kind of powerful magic.
Increase the frequency, no? Decrease the energy. Okay, nice.
Nice. They have one actually called Abundance, which is beautiful. And it's funny, like when I first used it years ago, I didn't like the smell. And normally they say when you don't like the smell, it's actually what you need, you know, because you're resisting it. And I was resisting abundance apparently. And then the second time I ordered it, I love it now. But at first I was like, oh, this is horrible. And I have another one called Ula Finance, which is a blend specifically for that as well, which is nice. Anyone have any other questions? Would anyone like to sign up today?
We have 2-3 persons online.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So you can send them the link,
Yeah, then I
Yeah,
can
we
send
send
it.
it.
and then you can add them to my Facebook
Yeah.
group. and-
So whomever is signing now online or here in the house, you'll have a goodie, you say?
A what?
A goodie.
A goodie, yeah, you can choose a product that you want. I'll gift it to you.
Yes, you'll have this, you'll have the amazing support. I mean, we've been so grateful for the support we've been receiving around the oil. It's not that we've been very active with it yet, not making time for it, but we are very grateful for welcoming that in our lives. So once you sign up, you have, like, it's very well made on the website. You order what you want. Either you want to be active in becoming a chemical-free environment, doing all your products at home, or you want to have a couple of blends that are very specific to you. The range of price is from very basic to very high, depending on the quality that you buy. Sometimes even frankincense will be 2 qualities, one affordable and one on the higher range. So they propose like sometimes 2 type of oils. You have other catalog, you have products, trials, you have the Facebook group, you have us, and then if you go, you can, as Mel was mentioning, there is a support behind that. If you also promote it in a way that you inspire others to start doing the essential oil product at home as well, the product-based essential oil, then you'll get your points, so you can get the essential oil that you want to receive as well, and it's a monthly shipping, so it's very well made. Like, it's very smart, it's very efficient, it's very easy.
Yeah.
And then for all the questions, there is Mel.
Yeah, I actually, when I started it, I just started for me. I didn't start doing this, but I just kept getting asked to do this, and it's kind of, you know, just expanding. And now I basically get my oils for free. And if that's, you know, I'm happy with that, you know. And it just keeps growing. And if that's something that you want as well, to eventually get your oils for free, that's something that I can teach you. I don't talk about it here because that's more like the business part of it. But if you're interested as well, I'll guide you on how to grow your legs and how to do that, and then we can arrange these talks for some of your friends and family that are interested. But really, you need to use the oils and feel it and have the experience yourself. Because just talking about it, yeah, okay, but when you actually experience something, like when you use an oil and your headache disappears, or this pain that I was in, that no medication worked, and when I, 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of ylang-ylang disappeared the pain in my ovary. When you have these experiences, that's when you start to really believe in the power of essential oils, and that's when I started to fall in love with the oils, and then started to play around, more. And anything now, I'm like, okay, what oil do I have? What can I make? What can I, or if a friend has something, I make a blend for them and gift it to them.
Especially when you mentioned energy, Mel, like when you get to know oils, there are some that levitates you, some ascend or transcend, and then the very last one is to root you back to the power of now. So you get
Yeah.
to feel within which oil do I need, what does my heart needs on today, and how do I get back myself to reality with the same oil that you spoke about.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of tree oils, obviously for grounding. The lemon, like I said, is great for clarity. One that I've been diffusing a lot right now is vetiver. Oh, it's delicious, and it really, especially if you're going through a really stressful, hectic week, diffusing it just sort of grounds you, and it kept me sort of centered and being able to sort of handle, things with ease and grace.
Anything for diabetic people?
I don't know any at the top of my head, but I can look at my little book.
Okay.
For you?
Wonderful.
So this is the book that I recommend if you use Young Living. This was made by Life Sciences, so these are third party, these are scientists. It wasn't made by Young Living. You can buy it on Amazon. I got it from Amazon. And the good thing is it has all the blends as well. And it gives you tips on how to use it. But let's look at diabetes here. These are the oils, and then personal usage. Diabetes 2, 3, 6.
Maybe rosemary by any chance.
Clove vitality, coriander, fennel, dill, cinnamon. Actually, all the oils and thieves.
Wow.
Lemongrass, cinnamon bark, endoflex, digize, thieves, and tummy jize. And then they also have a lot of incredible supplements that I started taking, and it recommends this Young Living supplements, and then usage and application. So from the kid, it will be thieves or digize. Yeah.
This book also have recipe, or it's mostly for which ailments?
It has, application and usage. So, and it even tells you, like, take 2 capsules, 50-50 coriander, vitality twice a day, 2 spoonsful with 2-3 drops of syrup or amount of milk, juice, water. So it tells
Really
you how
nice.
to
Really nice book.
it's really good. They have a big one as well, like a desktop, but this one is just easier to carry around.
We do have 2 more questions.
Okay.
What about avocado oil? I think the question is related to
Yeah,
beauty care products.
yeah, definitely. You can use avocado oil.
Okay. And we have a question for a lazy Oli. She would like to have all the recipes somewhere.
So
Just
Like to do her homework.
So on the group, I mean, there's so much on the group. I've posted all these videos with the recipes and everything on the group. And I always post different, like, diffusing blends. She will also get, like, it's actually on the group as well as a PDF. There's these little books with again, just tips and recipes on the group. Because obviously I can't. Is she based in Dubai or is she
Yeah.
based abroad?
She's based in Dubai, and
Then I can leave it here for you if she signs up.
yes, that would be good. So basically, Oli, you get all the recipe if you are
If you sign
becoming
up,
a member
yeah.
of Youth Living.
That's my gift to you. If you support me, if you're supporting me as this business, which it's more like a side business, but it's still, now it's turning into a business.
It's abundance.
Yeah, you support me, I support you. And I think that's the beauty of the company and of MLMs. It's about abundance and support, because I won't grow without you, and then you won't grow, without me supporting you, right?
That's so exciting. I just want to do all my products with essential oils. I'm like looking at George like.
It's mean like tomorrow we'll have like essential oils.
It
Can we
really
now
shows how
explode?
easy it is, and I'm happily surprised too, because I was saying to Mel just before we started, we don't make time for things that are important like this because we don't have enough time. We don't make time, and I'm very happy to see it's very simple
I
actually.
told you, some of them takes 2
But as
minutes.
you said, you need to experience it.
Yeah. And for me, I love just using the smells of it, the natural products. I wanted to ask, is anyone suffering from anything right now, like a headache or you have a headache?
Yes.
Really? Would you like to use some peppermint and see? So we'll put one drop on your palm and you can just take it and just put a little bit on your temples. Just be careful with your eye. So just take your finger and just put it behind, on your temples, maybe up here on your forehead, behind your ears. Just be careful with your eye. And then you can just do some deep inhalation. Anyone else suffering from anything right now?
Back pain.
Back pain? Yeah?
Yeah, no, really.
You can use peppermint or you can use panaway.
I don't know.
Actually, even ortho ease. We'll put some of this and we'll put peppermint on top. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you okay? Do you want
Yeah.
me to do it or you?
That's experiment.
Yeah. This is already pre-blended, okay? It has the Panaway blend, so you don't have to mix it. You can get it from Young Living as well. Is it more on this side?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah? Okay, so we're going to put some peppermint as well, because peppermint in general is really good for pain.
Okay. Okay, it's a message.
Yeah, it's already pre-blended. You can smell it.
Yeah.
The
Thank
Panaway.
you. It smells well.
Anyone else suffering from like digestive issues or anything that they want to?
How about to make you refresh, like a kind of coffee therapy? To make you refresh.
Did you say coughing? No.
No, like a kind of coffee therapy.
Oh, coffee. Peppermint. Peppermint is like the caffeine of essential oils.
Present.
It uplifts you. It's really good to wake you up. What you can do is do the same. Put a little bit on the temples and just do some deep inhalation. Actually, the first time I got these oils, because some of them you can use internally. I put it in my tea, and 3 drops came out, and it was so strong that I couldn't drink it. So then I had to dilute it like 3 times, and it was still strong. So especially with peppermint, if you're applying it and if you're putting it in your tea, like there is something called the toothpick technique. You literally, it's just the end of the toothpick, and that's enough because it's super strong.
And it's kind of multi-purpose.
Yeah, so you can use it for everything. We just use that for pain, for a headache, and now to wake you up. And this is all in one oil.
This is good for hay fever, you said, right?
For yeah,
Hay fever.
yeah, it is.
Combined with cat allergy, maybe. I don't know. My son has a little bit of cat allergy, a little bit of
Really? Interesting.
seasonal allergy, the AC,
Yeah.
everything. So in morning when he wakes up, he's sneezing most of the time.
Wow.
Eyes are watery.
So this would be good to diffuse in his room.
Peppermint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
peppermint, or even purification, or something that cleans the air. You know, the room. Citrus fresh is
Okay.
another nice one that you can diffuse. And also, I'd recommend you to rotate the oils.
Okay.
But peppermint in general works really well for that.
Mhm.
Purification is another one, or raven. You get it in your kit. I don't know if you guys you didn't smell raven.
But why you rotate? You stop to feel or you lost effect after sometimes. Why do you need to rotate?
It's
oil?
just a recommendation from the aromatherapist. They say it's good to rotate the oils.
It's like you don't eat the same food every day.
Yeah.
So to change the nutrition's benefit,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
For the energy, they are offering peppermint, citrus, eucalyptus, and there's a special blend which is energy as well.
Yeah, there is. I've got it here.
And
Actually,
you can
no, I
also
didn't bring
utilize
it.
unconditional love in this case.
I didn't bring it. I
You
didn't bring it.
Yeah.
I left it at home. I
Don't
think.
forget.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't.
For cleaning
So
teeth.
raven. Oh, there we go.
I mean, they have like hundreds of
Aisha is
oils.
asking what is the minimum order for the monthly reward. If she
It's-
registered right now as a member,
Okay.
they are asking for reward. And do we have a minimum? And she
Yeah.
can cancel at any moment?
You can cancel at any point. You don't have to ever order again if you don't want to.
Okay, even if you subscribe as a member,
Yeah,
you can collect the discount and then
Yeah.
cancel.
of course. It's 50 PV, which is around $50. That's the
$50
minimum.
is the minimum,
Yeah,
so she can.
but just make sure that the PV is the same as 50, because there's some things like if you buy
different
some
PV.
of the accessories, like this is I think is about $10, but it's not worth any PV.
Okay.
So she just needs to make sure that it's 50 PV.
Aisha, if you can hear us, so basically for you guys, if you also want to purchase, the moment you go to the link and you subscribe as a member, you can buy as a retailer. You don't get the benefit of the member. In the member, you get immediately extra discount, right?
Yeah,
And they will ask you basically that you have a minimum monthly purchase order. That does not apply immediately. That will be at the end of the month.
yeah,
So if you want to continue, that monthly can be exchange or change or customized into minimum of
yeah, correct.
$50. Or if you don't want to continue, you can still cancel it immediately.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it just made sense for me because I have replaced all of my supermarket. I don't buy all the stuff from the supermarket. I actually make it by myself. So, and also I run these workshops and I use it on I do spiritual healing, and I work a lot with releasing emotional trauma. So I use my oils in the healing session. So I just use it for everything. So it made sense for me to just go on the ER, and I order every month basically on their point system, and then every few months I get loads of points, and then I order lots of free stuff.
ER is E for essential reward, right?
Essential rewards, yeah,
Rewards.
ER, yeah.
She was asking about food.
Extreme heat is also not good for essentials also. Do you keep them in the refrigerator or like?
No, just in the house. And
But if
in
you're
the
not there,
cupboard.
the AC is not like on. Is it okay?
That's okay, yeah.
Generally, if it's very heated and direct sun, it will destroy the essential oil. But I don't think it's
No,
like
I
here
was just
inside the room.
inhaling the
It will stay
peppermint.
like 20 maybe. No, if it's hot, will be 28 maybe maximum. Not much, no.
How was the peppermint for you? Did
It's
you
so
inhale it?
beautiful.
I'm feeling
Yeah,
refreshed.
yeah, I ready to
And
many
how's-
things now.
Good.
I think the healing is good.
Really?
Good, congratulations.
Good.
How much time does shipping take?
About 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
4 days.
We just ordered it last month. That's it. Yeah. And we received it in 5 days, and we prepared to do this so we can learn also because
Yeah, they
Same thing.
ordered without, they just trusted Alana
Yeah.
and then ordered it without knowing.
we have our own research before. I know how important it is, but I don't know all those details. And
We have
so
like 30, 40 essential
we
oils
have
in
that
the
much
house
essential oil always.
Right. For the smell and for our perfume.
We didn't know how to
Yeah.
really apply them into some practical details. Yeah.
So we're happy to share that with you guys.
Yes.
And you said for emotional release, so you mentioned before that lavender is very beautiful.
Yeah, because lavender is a comforting oil. It's kind of like a hug, from your grandma or something. And so when you remember when I talked about the brain and when you inhale it, so basically your memory gets stuck, it's not processed there. So when you inhale lavender, not only does it raise your frequency, it helps you to shift your perception, and it holds the space. A lot of people talk about holding the space. Like the essential oil basically holds the space for you to release that emotion.
Safety and
Yeah, and it's beautiful because you can feel it.
But are you using some other or just lavender?
No,
for
I use other oils. So basically, this is the oil that the first time that I had this experience was it's a few years ago now, but I was really stuck with an emotion that I couldn't process, and I used this blend. It's specific to release trapped emotions, and the same day it released, and I was just amazed by it. It's a specific blend for it, but I was just teaching you how to use the starter kit, because you don't have to get these blends. You can still use your starter kit. I normally use lavender for some of the manifestation and healing circles that I host. I use lavender
Lavender,
Yeah.
lavenders.
because it's
peppermint.
comforting. It's like just it holds you, doesn't it? It hugs you. it's actually very strong, the oil. I don't know if you guys have smelled this lavender in particular. Also, there's another oil which is a blend specific to Young Living, and it's incredible. It's called Trauma Life. I used it for the first time maybe about 2 months ago now, and again I was struggling to process like a deep trauma, and it was just stuck here. And I had ordered that oil. It was the first time that I ordered it and used it. It's a little bit on the more expensive side. And the same thing, within maybe it was an hour or two, everything just came up. And I even channeled the poem and I just felt like it helped me integrate everything.
Wow. Which one was
And
this?
it was just through inhalation, Trauma Life. Inhalation and intention, and you know how it is, connecting to the heart. I set the intention, I did some deep inhalation, and I always connect to the essence
Spirit,
and
nature,
the spirit of the
consciousness, yeah.
oils, and I ask for support.
So yeah, it's multi-level support is also.
Exactly.
And but I guess it also, as you said, brain or limbic system, or
Exactly.
they get the signal that it's safe. Kind of there is some synergy with the plant that they get the signal that it's safe to open up and kind of to
Totally.
let that go and release, integrate with that. But that needs to be processed. I think
Yeah.
it's a deep as you say. So I can totally feel that when you experience them yourself, then it's completely different than just hearing about that, because then you have the
Totally.
relationship with
Of
the
course.
plants, yeah, and with
And you really believe. That's why, like I said, I can talk about this for hours, but unless you have your own experiences, you're gonna be like, yeah. And I've had people that was like, yeah, and then they call me, they said they have something, or they have a headache, and as soon as I give them, I had a guy who had suffered from digestive issues, so I recommended the alkaline and Digize. The same week, he's like, how can I order these oils? I was like, right, okay. It's funny. People are funny.
yeah. Yeah, but experience is everything, right? It is purely theory
Yeah,
and knowledge is
totally.
one thing, but when you literally feel on yourself, it's
Yeah. Perfume as well. This is actually 2 of the oils that I use. Although I made my own blend, my own rollerball perfume, I actually use Joy as a perfume, and it's just my absolute. I have many favorites, but this is one of my absolute favorites. You can pass this around. And actually, since I stopped using perfume, like the perfume that you buy in the stores, and I started using essential oils as perfume, I have had more compliments and more people asking me like, what perfume is that? Than when I used, actual perfume. Because
So
it
where do
smells
you put it?
different.
You put it on.
So I normally put it, behind the ears. You can apply it on your chest, also on your wrists and here. Yeah.
so you use Joy as perfume.
Yeah, and that I use neat. Yeah.
Do you use anything to dilute a little bit of the perfume, like almond oil maybe or something?
You can. So this is diluted with fractionated coconut oil.
Coconut oil also.
This has
okay.
geranium, lime, and I can't remember what else I put in.
I think almond oil is a famous one to
Yes.
use to dilute if it's strong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almond oil, coconut oil. For the night serum, normally things like jojoba or
Oh.
avocado oil.
Okay.
But that's that one and Harmony, I normally use neat. So
Neat.
I just put 1 drop and then I just apply it, the perfume, and it smells delicious. I love it.
It is. It's
Yeah.
very elevating with Joy. Happy, very happy.
I actually made, for the men, I did make some beard oil, which went down really well, and like a manly perfume. I wish I bought it now, but with cedar wood and obviously all the musky, like earthy essential oils. So I made some. It's actually on the group, the video. Actually, I'll tag you on it, so you
Yes,
can maybe
please.
make it for yourself.
Yes, please.
Beard oil and like more manly
Nice thing.
perfume. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Love to have that.
There is a couple of blends that I've smelled when you came to the house 2 weeks ago, which is the angelic
White Angelica.
You have it?
Yeah, I
White
do.
Angelica, this one is just marvelous.
This is good for protection. Yeah, to protect your aura, to protect your. Shall I pass it
That's
round?
it, yeah. And the inner child as well.
Yeah.
The shipment was, I think they increased the shipment price or something.
It
Because-
depends on how much you order.
So she ordering, I think, the starter kit.
Okay.
Maybe where she lives. She's in the
Dubai Media City.
What else is she ordering?
I think only the starter kit.
So
Let me
if you're
ask
not
her.
signed up on ER, it should be around $38
Nice,
or $35.
If you sign up,
Or
If you
not.
don't sign up, just in general,
Yeah.
it's between
They are all
38,
beautiful.
28 to $38 the shipping.
okay. But if you sign up and member, do you remember our shipment? I think it was, if you order more, that's what I remember. There is a certain average. It
Yeah.
will go to 11,
Yeah,
or it can go to 16.
yeah, correct. Yeah. But it depends on if she signed up with ER or not.
Mm.
Yeah, because my
No,
shipping
she's
is only
signing up
We
with
can
ER.
$11.
answer
every month.
after the questions.
Yeah, I know, but it's good now to have those answers.
Does anyone else have any other questions?
For the shampoo or soap, do you use some combination as well?
I actually started using a lot of their products, but before I used Castile soap. I actually stopped using conditioner altogether, but I know that some people use apple cider vinegar, but my hair seems to be fine, without conditioner. For the soaps, I actually use their soap, so I don't know if you can see the Valor. I didn't bring it, but I've got the box
This
there.
one?
Yeah, it's delicious. So I started using more of their products. It just makes more sense for me. But you can make your own. Have you heard of soap nuts? If you don't want to use, Castile soap, basically they're nuts that you get from India. Have you heard of them? So basically you yeah, that's what shampoo, because you have to basically break it and you soak it overnight, and then it creates like a soapy liquid foam, and that's what you use as a base to make your shampoos, or even like hand wash or anything that requires foam. Then you can use that, and then obviously you can add your essential oil and add whatever else you need to, depending on the product that you make. But you can't get that here. If you go to India, you can buy it from there. I had a friend of mine who went recently, and he got me like a kilo of soap nuts to last me a while, but then I end up just giving it to everyone. But yeah, so I recommend that. You can get it online, but online is expensive. It's what I saw was about $30 for a little bag. But the good thing about those is that you can reuse it. Yeah, you can use it at least 3 times. But if you're going to India anytime soon, or if you know anyone coming from there, you can just ask them to buy you a whole bunch. Yeah.
When are you going, Yarmila?
Soon.
Yeah.
I brought the whole thing here.
Did you?
Yeah, it's called Amla Rita Shikakai.
Okay. I was
It's
wondering what
Amrita.
is soap nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Shikakai
Okay.
and Rita. I brought them, and it's just there with me. I've never used it because it's a little time consuming.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I don't make everything here, because some things you need,
Workshop.
that's a full workshop and you need time.
Mm.
Even I used to make fabric softener normally in these workshops, but then it's like a science experiment, you mix baking soda with vinegar, and it's like and then sometimes end up being a disaster. So I try to keep it neat and quick and easy, but there's so many things you can make, like candles as well, but then you need an oven and a stove, and you have to melt the wax and stuff. There's a lot of cool things that you can make, but obviously some of them requires more time, like using the soap nuts, because you need to soak them overnight at least. Yeah. Which is why I don't do it as a demo.
You had a question, no?
Not really a question, but So I do a happiness project out of the IFC,
Okay.
where we one of the things we do is besides having a get together. As you know, the IFC stands for Dubai International Financial Center, where everybody is about.
I was gonna say everyone's stressed out.
Definitely, people have a lack of being happy. So you
Right.
know, happiness is a frequency, as you know. It is basically creating that kind of awareness to stop everybody in their lives and just realize what it is. So one of the things we also do is basically have a weekly podcast where we
Nice.
have different interesting people to come in and talk about what they're doing. So you know what I wanted to ask basically if you would be once my
Excellent.
guest
I would love
basically
to. Yeah,
to talk about what it's you know what essential oils can do.
absolutely. Yeah, and we can even run a workshop on aromatherapy for joy and happiness and.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, although you know most people in the IFC have a logical mind, but you know the thing is that people, I try to make them understand that you're not whole as a person if you start living from your heart and do something out of passion, basically,
Wow, nice.
and
Yeah,
purpose. So
totally.
you know then you're really more in balance than just going one way.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that kind of awareness I'm trying to create with everyone around it. So
Wonderful.
Nice. So
Bless you
yeah,
for
we'll organize that.
sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was very valuable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now, see you.
Bye.
Yes, have great
Bye,
holidays.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Anyone else have any other questions, or is anyone suffering for anything right now? Is it back? Do you want to try the peppermint?
Yep, I was actually thinking of that. I usually take 2 medicines pills to get it done.
Okay, so you're gonna apply on the on your temples. Oops. Just be careful not too close to your eye, and then on your forehead. You put a little bit more behind your ears, and actually a little bit more on your temples, and then just do some deep inhalation. How's your back? I don't know where it is.
And love.
Yeah, actually I feel it's very fresh, so maybe this is due to that now I don't feel anything.
Right.
But now it's true
Feels
that
better?
I'm
Okay.
okay.
Nice,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know, I've used essential oils before, different brand, of course not Young Living, because I said I got stuck at first was I was not sure about the customs and the shipping.
Yeah.
So when I sort of started like 3 years back or something, so I got it from a brand in India.
Right.
So it's like because I have peppermint, lavender and all, so the lavender which I just smelled neat and it's very, very different.
Yeah, and that's a good
It's
point.
very
So
different. It's like lavender for 2 seconds I was confused that, the smell is so different.
and especially with the fact that you said it, that the peppermint is different from India. So basically, I was listening to it's like an
Very
essential
different.
oil summit that happens every year, and there was an expert and that tests essential oil, the quality of essential oils, and that's his job. He tests the purity and the quality of essential oils, and basically they found that, like I said before, a lot of essential oils are either synthetic or
Yeah.
adulterated. So basically they change it. So they found that India, being the biggest export of peppermint, exported 5 times the amount of peppermint that the whole country can make.
Wow.
Now what does that mean?
It's diluted.
It means that that the excess is fake.
Yeah.
Synthetic.
And also they found there's a plant that replicates peppermint.
Wow.
It's like peppermint, it
Yeah.
smells like it, but it's not peppermint. So basically they use that and sell it as peppermint, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like the
And the,
lavender as
and the
well.
same thing, lavender, and the same thing with tea tree. So China is the biggest export of tea tree, and basically they found that China exports 10 times the amount of tea tree that the whole country can make.
Mm.
So what does that mean? It means half of it is not,
Yeah.
you know, the therapeutic, the purity of it. Most of it is not.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to be really.
I was stuck at these 2 points only because all the top companies who are like really reliable, like one of them was Young Living,
Yeah.
but these 2 points always stopped me. Like, you know, I was like, why don't they have a shop here so I can easily go
So
and just buy
basically,
it?
they will eventually. So the market is not open here yet, but the more that people like yourself, like me, like you know, so the more that they see that people are ordering from here, eventually they will open a store here. Then you have to go and you give your number, and then you can collect like a lot of their products and stuff and oils from there. But until they see that people are ordering here, they're not gonna. However, 3 weeks ago I had a dream that they opened a shop here in downtown, so I'm hoping that's gonna come true soon.
Yeah.
That's your intuition, it's gonna happen.
It will happen soon.
Yeah.
It was in downtown, and in the dream, I was walking and I was so
Yes.
excited. I stopped and took a picture in front of it, and then there was some other guy that was like photobombed the dream with it.
Okay.
But yeah. So eventually they will, once they see that enough people are registered here and they're getting a lot of orders here.
Where's the closest shop? As in outside the
I
Middle
think it's in
East?
Hong Kong or
Oh.
Singapore.
Okay. Anything in Europe?
Yeah, I'm sure they have. They obviously in the UK. I'm not sure anywhere else in Europe, but the closest I think.
Oh, there are
Singapore.
shops in London and all?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Then I'll ask my friend to buy it for me.
but you have to be registered to buy it.
Okay. Okay.
So you can register, and then eventually maybe you can use your number, but you can't just buy it. You have
Okay.
to register.
And give the number like
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah, correct.
With regard to quality, I don't know whether I'm correct here, but if particular, let's say lavender or peppermint is being grown here with different kinds of soil, with different temperature, with different water, then when you extract it, is it supposed to smell different or will it be same?
It will be obviously it will be slightly different.
Different. So there could also be a possibility that the Indian one may not, or any other country, the essential oils, even if they're in the purest form, can differ in smell.
Correct. Yeah, because also there's different, you know, species of peppermint, let's
Yeah.
say, you know.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, because in India I think it's pudina, right? Peppermint.
Yeah.
It's like grown. It can grow in backyard. It
Really.
grows so much. Peppermint is like everyday summer. You use it every single day during summers.
Wow, nice. And
You
also
grow it
peppermint
in
keeps you
flower
cool,
pots.
doesn't it? In the
Yeah.
summer I
Yes.
normally put
Yeah.
2 drops here on the back of my neck, also when I'm training. And it's really nice.
It's very, very, very common.
How much is the shelf life for this? It's like
So realistically, essential oils do not expire, okay? Because remember it's the immune system of the plant, it's the blood of the plant. But obviously remember when you're opening it and closing it, it
Properly.
oxidizes, so it depends on how well you keep it. But I know that by law, especially here, you have to have an expiration date. So it's minimum I think 2 years or 3 years. But it depends on how well you keep it and how often you open. If you be careful not to, I did this with another oil, it was a little bit open so it oxidized. So
so
you
even
have
if you're making a blend, just close and keep it. So it
make
doesn't-
sure that you close it well, yeah. So it really depends on the oil, it depends on how well you keep it. Yeah.
The same like a nonsense with expiration data on the water.
Yeah.
It's just need to be.
Yeah, it has to be. By law you have to have it here at least as well. Cool, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Melanie.
I'm gonna send you all an email. Do you have everyone's email?
No, because we do, but we don't know who are your names, especially your So we are going to give you a paper. Send us the details. If you would like
I think
to
it's
have
here.
help to register now, we can help you. We have all the computers, so we can help you set up your account. If you want to do that later, you can connect with Mel, with us, and we will help you. So maybe open like a proper document. there.
So I'll send you
I have
everyone an email anyway, and then if you
I'll
ever
definitely send you one.
Yes, yes, yes.
have any questions or if you want to sign up, then
Yeah.
you can contact me. And normally what I do is, like, once you get your kit, we can have a call and I can guide you on how to get started. We were also thinking about running some other workshops, but actually
Longer,
once
yeah.
everybody has their kit, then
Yeah.
I'll buy all the containers and then we can actually make stuff, you know, for like,
Yeah.
it'll be a longer workshop. Either doing some beauty products and doing the cleaning and other stuff.
It's amazing.
So that would be
All the
cool.
fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Essential oil.
I actually wanted to incorporate like you in my lifestyle, but just because of time, I stopped it. I got the
Really?
starter kit. I started a lot. I'm still using
you?
it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I use a lot of stuff for my face wash, which are also like all ingredients. Like you have this turmeric and other
Nice.
stuff, and like baking soda for the cleaning of stove and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But it's since because of time, it's just not easy
Really?
to
But it's so quick.
yeah. But like
I mean, I
other
live by
stuff.
myself, I must say. It's just my house. I have a small
Like,
house. It's just
Few
me.
things, yes, which is easy. I've done it. Like in the washing machine, I just use vinegar for all my clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't take so it's easy. So yes, what is easy, I have done it, incorporated. But some other stuff which I wanted to do more with essential oil, they just stopped because I got really busy with my time. So no time, because there's so much information on the net. Sometimes your brain also gets bogged, like
Yeah.
so
True.
much blends, so much combination. I was like, okay, I'll just get the blends. Because then you just have like 5, 6. So if you want to make a blend, they'll say, okay, you should have this, you should have that. So I said, I'm not going to sit and buy all this to
Yeah.
make a particular one,
True.
So it becomes really, the information is overwhelming.
Yeah, that's why, like, when I started, I just changed one product a month. So I started with perfume. I stopped all perfume. I gave all the perfume away and I changed it. Then it was like incense. And then it was the cleaning products. And then it was, the face serums and stuff. So it was once a month I just started to do that. And now, like, I'm using their makeup as well. They've just started doing chemical-free makeup, which is awesome. I love it. They have powders and eye stuff, and if you're into that.
But it will be expired much more faster than normal cosmetic. I mean, like if it's for the normal powder 1 year, so it's supposed to be around 1 month to 3 months.
Yeah. But I'm doing this for my health and I don't want to use, toxic chemicals. This is really my lifestyle and what I value, and I would much prefer to use these products than put toxins on my skin and in my body. And so I take my time to make, these, and to make my toothpaste and to make the cleaning. I do everything at home like this, but this is just what I value, to me, my biggest priority is my health, because without my health,
You're nothing.
I'm nothing.
Yeah. The saying
You
health
know,
is wealth
this is
is not
just-
ideal, it actually means everything.
If I can't physically, be well, like, yeah. So this is really, for me, it's my value.
Because life goes by, and if we don't realize our inner person that we are the most important, then the life goes by. We're done.
And how many people get sick from toxins, from poisoning themselves? And if you think about it, like, one perfume is what, 350 dirhams minimum, and you're using that to put poison, toxins in your body. And you do the same with all the cleaning, floor cleaners, the fabric softener, everything, like, little by little. That's why I said, how much are you spending a month to unknowingly poison yourself, or knowingly now? Obviously, the world that we live in today, it's impossible to go 100% chemical free, because the sea is polluted, the air that we breathe is polluted, but the only thing that you have control over is what you consume, is what you put inside your body, what you eat, what you use. And yeah, that's what you have control over.
Let's wrap up to close the live.
Yeah. So thank you guys. I'm gonna send everybody an email and the people online as well. And you know, if you have any questions, if you want to sign up, you can always contact me. And I would love to have you join my Young Living family and to share, you know, this chemical-free journey with you. Thank you
so
for
much.
coming.
Thank you.
Bye.